Hey, how you doing? MC Ross, how are you? Welcome to this week's live stream. It's good to see you. If this is your first time on this stream, let's know where you're streaming in from. I am based in the United States on the East Coast. I'm always interested in knowing where you guys are based on this globe. How long have you been trading? Let's know. Do you trade crypto? Do you trade stocks? Let's know. Okay. So welcome back to this live stream. If this isn't your first time, and welcome to my channel, Similolu, if this is your first time. And on this channel, I started it out, it was more an investigative quest to see how I could learn how to day trade, basically. And this is how far I've got. I think I've been doing this for about 3 years. Yeah. But anyway, welcome, Robert. Good to see you all the way from Dubai. Tracy, how are you from Australia? And MC Ross is very noob. You're just beginning. You're from Latvia. Oh, I wonder what your weather is like there now. I hope you guys get a decent summer. I love summer weather. So let's get straight into it. I usually will spend my goal usually is to spend the first 10 minutes going over a topic of interest. And the reason why I have this particular topic for this week is because on my Telegram group, of course, I get quite a few newbies to trading, to cryptocurrency. And, you know, obviously, if you're in this field, you're in it to make money, right? And unfortunately, I don't really like that word, unfortunately, but I want to use it. Unfortunately, in day trading, I don't know. I don't know whether it's possible to just jump in and to be able to make consistent profit. The issue isn't with making profit. It's easy to get into a trade in a bullish market and to make money. The biggest issue with day trading is being consistent, and meaning that you are able to make more wins than losses. And that is the issue. Now, once you can conquer that, then you can begin to call yourself a bona fide day trader because you're making money. You're in it for the money. But initially, unfortunately, there's a tendency to lose more than to win because there are so many dynamics to trading that as a newbie, even as a seasoned trader, it took me a while to understand the human psychology. The way we usually think does not work with trading, or does not work to make consistent profit. Being emotional in a trade and all that, you know, being so sure that you're right and hanging on to a losing trade, you know, all that kind of stuff. Being optimistic, looking on the bright side, those things don't work. To be a consistent trader, you got to be able to get rid of all the human emotions and be able to trade according to the charts. Trading signals. So, trading signals are basically a service provided to help traders make money. I say basically because that's the signals are just you could call it the skeleton, because you can get trading signals. And if you're with a service company where their win-loss ratio is, say, 75 to 25, and you jump on those 25, that 25% of their calls or their signals that tend to be the losers, then it's not really going to help you much that you're subscribing to the trading signal company or setup or service, because you got to be discriminate. You got to be able to take their signals, and we say this a lot on my Telegram group, do your own research. Take the signals, look at the chart, do everything that you know to do to make sure that you are sure that the signal will yield profit. So basically, as a day trader, you need to be able to confirm the signals. If you can't confirm the signals, don't use them. Don't get into the trade. It's not 100% the fact that you get a trading signal. So what I want to do is I'm going to start off with, let me switch my document here, a particular trading signal. So here we have, let me see. Okay. Trading signal set up for maximum profit. So we have this coin called Atom, and this actually is a live signal. So I am subscribed to a trading signal service, but I'm only subscribed to the free service. They offer a free, like a skeleton service. So with the free service, I think they will make available something like maybe 4 to 6 trades a month, 4 to 6 signals a month. But if you actually signed up with a paid service, I haven't been with them for the paid service, but I believe they offer up to 80 signals in a month. So if you're full-time, which unfortunately I'm not, but if you're full-time and you have 10, 12 hours a day, yes, it would make sense to pay into the service because you can fully utilize the signals that they provide. Okay, so here we have a setup, Atom and USDT. So the first thing I want us to do when you get a trade signal, obviously you're going to go to your charts. Now, it's not going to be, oh, my friend said, because your friends could have got in on this, Okay, let's open this up. Okay, so this is that chart. It's called Cosmos. The ticker symbol is ATOM, Atom. Your friend could have got in right at the bottom here. Good for him. And then he tells you about it, and the price is right up here. Of course, if you jump in that trade, you're going to lose. So this is why you got to be able to go to your charts and look at it. So usually if I'm going to start analyzing a chart, I usually will start on the high up time frame. I think this is, I don't know what I'm thinking. Let me come out so I can see. Up here, this is a daily. So it's good to start, on the monthly. You just want to get a bird's eye view. So we look at this monthly. No, I'm on the weekly. Now look at this weekly chart. This is just a beauty. So all the way back 2 years ago. I mean, this thing just didn't go anywhere for the better space of 2 years. And then about here, we can see the moving averages begin to separate, the blue and the yellow lines. They begin to separate. And that's a good sign because there's been a golden cross. Golden cross, and the further apart your moving averages, the more indication that you're in a bullish trend. So let's look at it. Well, look at it. Let's increase this. So this, we're still on the weekly. Looking at this chart, I like it. Why do I like it? Because we have an area of consolidation. Look at this area of consolidation right there. It consolidated and consolidated for the space of 2 months. It was going up and coming back down and, not really making any decisive move. And so, which is why it's a good chart. And then you look on this candlestick. which is a candlestick for the week of May the 3rd, so the very first week of May, and it broke out of consolidation. So the best time to enter into a trade will be when you break above resistance. Let's get rid of that. Break above resistance. So this is still with the weekly. Let's go to the daily. The lower down you go on your time frames, the more detailed are your charts. If we go back to the weekly, actually, look at the MACD, guys. Oh, this is a beauty, because you can see this light, the darker green shows that increase in trend upwards, and then the lighter green shows that period of consolidation. But look at what we got. The first week of May, that light green turned into dark green. So again, we're breaking out of the period of consolidation. The point of breakout is the point at which you really want to enter into your trade. Okay, so now we're on a daily. I like to draw my lines, my trend lines, my support and resistance lines on the daily. And of course, the previous high over here, the previous all-time high, is an obvious level. We draw that, and throughout the period of consolidation, we would have been waiting for breakout above the all-time high, so the resistance. It broke out. Look at it. Now, if you want to see exactly when it broke out, so let's go further down. 4 hours. So this is now the 4-hour chart. It broke out on, It broke out of the all-time high, May the 7th. Friday? Yesterday? Yes. Okay, but look at what's going on. We've broken out and we're coming back again to retest. So we're retesting the all-time high level. Trading, to be honest with you, is not a science. It's not an art, and it's not a science, because all we do as traders is we're trying to predict future movement. Nobody's in the future. So we just try our best using previous data to predict what's going to happen in the future. Of course, if we know, like Doge, how many Doge holders here? Yes. So like Doge, Doge has just been in this beautiful upward trend for, well, I think the better part of this year. So congratulations to you Doge holders. Adam is trying. Okay. So it's come back to retest this level. So we want to keep an eye on this. If it goes all the way down, then really you want to wait. You're waiting until it breaks above the previous all-time high and stays above. Right now, it hasn't stayed above. So you don't want to get into this trade. So the next thing you want to do is, we can go to the hourly. I like the hourly also. Eventually, you'll get used to, figuring out which chart kind of works for you. And it doesn't really work that way, because it's going to be a range of time frames, because you see different things on different time frames. You see back patterns easier on certain time frames than others. So this 1 hourly shows me beautifully that at the point at which it trended up, it came back down again to test. What did it test? It tested, yes, the previous high, but it also tested moving averages. The yellow, my yellow is my 20-day moving average. Before you enter a trade, you always want your price action to be above the 20-day. Don't enter into a bullish trade with price action below the 20-day. Very important. But let's increase this. Let's increase. This doesn't look too good right now for Adam. So hourly, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. For the past 8 hours, it has been trending down. Not only has it been trending down, we have an imminent death cross. So this death cross is a bearish sign. Albeit it could be a temporary bearish sign, but for now, it is a bearish sign. You don't want to enter into this trade, in spite of the fact that you got the signals. You don't want to enter into it at this point. Okay, I feel that I've said enough about this, because that's not really what this session is about. I'll draw one more area of support, which is here, resistance. And so let's change this color. The white line, to use those trading signals, we want to break above the previous all-time high, which, to be honest, has changed from that is now this. If I were to enter into this signal, use these signals to enter into a trade, I'm going to have to wait. Yes, I got the signal service, say 2 days ago, 3 days ago. Yes, it came into my inbox, it beeped, and it's there, but it may not be the right time to enter into it. So again, patience is the name of the game. If you could have just one attribute as a trader, then it's going to have to be patience. If you can't wait, learn to wait for the trade to come to you, then it's not going to work. Take it from me. I have been a very hasty noob. And even now, though I don't consider myself a noob, I sometimes can be a little hasty, in a hurry to enter a trade. Now I'll move over to Binance, because on Binance, I'm going to actually set this trade up. And so here we are on Binance, which is the largest crypto exchange in the world. So hopefully most of you have a Binance account. Oh, give me a second. I think I should have moved this up a bit. Give me a second. I'll do some little adjustments. To live stream, you actually use 2 monitors. Okay, so maybe this is a little better. Okay, we'll see. Okay, so now we're going to go to the signal. Let's go to that signal setup. So what does it say? Let's break it down. So the signal enters your inbox. It comes to your phone. It says Atom and USD, it's going places. It's trending up. Buy, make sure you buy between $28 and $30 because it's USDT. So 28 and 30 USDT. Your first take profit is at $34. Your second take profit is at $39. Your third take profit is at $49. Set a stop loss at $22. A signal service is no good if there's no stop loss at which to set. Where you want to, you just want that safety net. If you don't know about stop losses, you need to read up or watch up about stop losses. I have a bunch of videos on my channel, and you have to get used to using them and getting comfortable with them. Okay, so our first take profit is 34. Let's go, and I'm going to set that up. So right now, price action is at $28.14. So I have already purchased some Atom for the purpose of this demonstration, for this live stream. And so the signal says to buy between 28 and 30. So that's about right. I bought at about 28-ish, I think. And I want to set my first take profit. So I'm going to move to the sell, which is right here. And I'm going to set up a stop limit. Okay, so I am going to, that first take profit was it 32? 34. So the first take profit is 34. So I'm going to put that in the limit price. So we're saying we don't want to sell before it hits $34. Like with the limit price, you're being specific. Like this is the price at which I want to sell. But we're going to set a stop loss, and sorry, not a stop loss. We're going to set a stop price. So price is increasing and increasing from where we bought it between $28 and $30. And as it is approaching our first take profit point of $34, we want to create the order. So with a stop order, the order isn't actually created. You're setting up the order and it's queued, and you're saying when price gets to, let's say 33.9. When price gets to $33.99, I want you to create a sell. So you're going to sell at $34, and I only want to sell a fraction of my 100%. If you want to sell everything, then of course you're going to sell your 100% with this slider here. But let's say you're only going to sell whatever, let's say 17%. It tells you how much profit you will get, and then you click on sell. this confirmation screen is very important. Make sure it's doing what you want it to do. And it says if the last price rises to above $33.99 USDT, an order to sell this amount of Atom at this price will be placed. So we're just setting it up, and it goes into your open orders. Open orders meaning orders you have set that have not been initiated, that haven't been triggered is the word. So that's our first take profit. Let's go back and see what's the second take profit, $39. So you set up your second take profit again. So 39, did I say? So that's going to go into the limit price, $39. And again, price is increasing. So just before $39 at which you want to sell, we could say at 38. You know, 38.50. So usually I like to make it a little tighter. So I usually go for like 39, something like that. And when it gets to 38 and 90, then it triggers an order, a sell order to sell at $39. Again, at this point, you could decide you want to sell half of what you got. Because now the price is, you know, your profits have increased. So, you know, you want to sell. So we're going to click sell. Again, you read over the blurb, make sure it's exactly what you want to do. And then you hit confirm. And then again, it queues your second order. And then we do that a third time. I believe that was $49. So we do that a third time. Because you see, the signal company, I can only speak for the signal company I follow. They're big on analysis. And most signal companies, the analysis that they do is what enables them to create the signal. It's a bit like the weather forecast. We watch the news, and afterwards they have the weather forecast. And I believe the only job these guys do all day long before they stand in front of the TV is to study the weather, study the clouds, study the atmospheric pressure, you know, do all that stuff, set up all their charts, and then for like 5 minutes they stand in front of us and they give the weather forecast. But they've spent the last 24 hours studying the weather. And so that's what these signal companies do. Some are better than others, but I personally have found that this signal company, I've pinned a link in the chat box up there. They say they have a 80-20 win-loss ratio. You know, so 80% of the times they're right, 20% things happen. You can predict for all you like sunny weather, but if there is some freak storm that comes from nowhere, oh well, it happens. Same with the weather. I mean, you could have someone like Elon Musk just go say something negative about Doge, and the price of Doge tanks, even though your charts have said we're in a bullish market. And so he goes and says something, and kapoom, there he goes. So that's the nature of the market that we work with. So you can't find a signal company that will ever be 100%. They don't exist. They just don't exist. So don't buy into that. So what have we got? We've got, let's see how many we've set. 2. Let's do the third one, which is at 49 USDT. So basically, this is how you would set it up. Now, for those of you who work and you can't be in front of your computer to keep an eye on the charts, then this is ideal for you. Again, 49, I'd say $48, and like literally, I like to keep it pretty close. $48.95. So when price is still rising and rising, it gets to $48.95. Boom, create me a sell order and sell at 49. And so you can now decide you want to sell everything, like everything that's left, the whole 100%. You want to sell everything. Click on the sell, read the blurb, make sure it's because there have been quite a few times where I'll set something and maybe I get the numbers mixed up, and then I'll read it and I'll think to myself, that's not what I want to do. So, you know, make sure you're calm enough. Remember, trading is the biggest attribute, the greatest attribute you need is patience. So calm down and read this blurb. Is that it? Yep. And then that sets up your three take profit orders, your 3 sell orders. Of course, the all important stop loss is there as well. And we want to stop out in the event that something cataclysmic happens. I don't know, 9/11. I hadn't started day trading 9/11, but I used to buy shares. And I was based in, my husband worked in New York, and I was based in, we're based in New Jersey, and he went to New York that day. And suffice to say, the stock market tanked. It didn't matter. You could have done all the chart analysis for all the world, and it just tanked. It wasn't just the stock market, like everything. Life almost came to a halt because it was just so traumatic, so people died. That wasn't funny. That wasn't fun. But God forbid something like that, but it could be, some country invades some country. It could be somebody tweeting something. We had a tweeting president. You all know about him. And he would tweet something and the stock market would just go, and he'll tweet something else and it'll go running up. So the stop losses are so important. So you set your stop loss pretty much the same way. We're going to set this, I think it said 22. And so again, market is coming down and you want to be able to get out of your trade. And so we say, where are we? Yeah, stop is going to be as it's coming down. So let's say 22, 20, 2.1. So it comes down to 22.1. It's coming down, and you decide you want to sell at 22. So 22.1 is your trigger point. And of course, you want to get out, hopefully, of your trade. And so you come out. Okay, I feel I have something or someone is spamming the chat, guys. I don't know if you can see it, but it says, Nazel, somebody called Nazel. Your message is automatically held for review. And whatever you've entered in like Arabic numerals, he's filled the whole chat box. So I'm not sure what that is. I really don't. Never seen that before. Okay, so you set your, let's come back here. And again, you read it, make sure it's exactly what you want, and you set it. It says order filled. Wow, I didn't read that. I didn't see that quickly. Let's see. Let's try this again. And let's read it. If the last price drops to 2 or below $22 and 22.1 USDT, in order to sell, this amount will occur at 22. Did I say that? Did I put that in the right order? I hope so. Order, oh, the order must be, I didn't read that. Let's see. Oh, I don't have enough available. Okay, so you got to make sure you're setting the right amounts. Let me see how much I have here. 6, 7, that's 8, 16. Yeah. So let's see if this works. Must be at least $10. Okay. Okay. So I think at least you get the point, because I'm wondering why this is coming up this way. I think it's also because we've got to take profit. We're taking all this profit and it's set up. So literally there's, yeah. Let me try it with a smaller amount, like pretty much what is left. So at least $10. Okay. Okay, I know what it's saying. Okay, so the OCO order will be another order that could figure that out. So literally you would do the same thing. You would do the same thing, but with an OCO order that I actually have a video for setting up OCO orders, and all it does is it sets up a take profit and a stop loss at the same time. So instead of me having to do the stop loss separately, I would have done it with my first order and just set the stop loss at my first order. And that's really the idea behind signal, setting up the trading signals that I'm really trying to communicate, that the fact that you get the signal doesn't mean you'll make money if you can't corroborate the information that they're giving you with the charts and make sure, just like I was showing you here, the signal is a live signal. It actually has come through, but I wouldn't go into this trade right now. I will wait for this trade to pop back up above the white previous resistance, and then I would enter it. So at this point, I need to take questions, but I don't really understand what's going on in my chat. Some kind of bot has taken over, and I can't see any questions. So let me see if I can block this person. Okay, I've blocked, I think. I don't know who this person is. I'm not sure if this person, Nazel, is even aware of what is going on. Okay, and I'm not sure if you guys can see anything, but this person has put in like looks like about 100 different messages, and it seems to be some kind of bot that's doing it. So I've had to hide those messages from the chat box so I can see your questions. Okay, I don't see any questions, so. Oh, now I see a question. Yeah, I've deleted that. Whatever that spam was, I've deleted it. Tracy Lee says, do I work from the 15-minute chart? You know what? I work from all the charts. You use all your charts. Before I enter a trade, I'm going to go all the way down to the 1 minute. Literally. I'm not going to enter a trade on any time frame other than the 1 minute. Because the 1 minute, I mean, you're micro processing what's going on. Let's see what the 1 minute has. I mean, let me show you what I mean. There's the 1 minute. So if I were to enter into a trade, I would enter in on the 1 minute. So let me show. Actually, you know what I need to do? I want to give an illustration. Let's go back to the 4 hour. And I want to go back to this area here where we have this cross. So when you have a golden cross where your smaller moving average crosses above your larger one, the larger one is the yellow, the 20-day. My blue is, I believe it's 10-day. Yeah, I'll use a 9-day, 10 days, just depends. When it crosses is when you want to enter into your trade. So at this point, if I come to the 1 minute, no, I need to find it, which is about here. 1 minute. Probably, yeah, about here. Okay, so if I were to enter into the trade, so about here, so let's increase this portion. Now, remember I'm on the 1 minute. I will not enter the trade until I see a break above the moving average. I'll re-say that. I'll wait for the moving averages to cross over. Then I will enter in the trade. Now, waiting for the moving averages to cross over would just be one of the indicators that I would look at. But ultimately, it would be the last one to look at to push me over. So it's already broken above support. And then I'd look at, of course, my MACD. And if you look at the MACD, it's got nice green increasing bars. We want that. And then I would enter into the trade, as compared to trying to enter the trade on a daily. You know, the only time I will enter a trade on a daily is if I'm entering in for like a long term. Like I want to pick up Bitcoin. I don't care what price, because I believe Bitcoin is going to 100K. So, you know, I'll enter in at 56, 56 and a half, 57,000, you know, I'll just enter in. So I could do that on a long-term trade, but not on a day trade. No, I would go down to the 1 minute. So I would look at the 1 minute, I'd look at the 5 minute. You see different things on different levels. You know, you're able to see better. This is the 5 minute. And if I'm not in a trade, I'm not going to be looking on the 1 minute. So, you know, I want to see what's going. I want to come out and zoom out and see better. And this is the 5 minute. I mean, you can see what's going. Something's going on and it's tanking. It's gone like down, down, down. And it's trying to retest the previous support. So it will be very important. Let's zoom in on this. It will be very important to see what's going to go on. Is this price action going to break below? Then I'm not going to get into that trade. I'm going to wait. So, you know, all the time frames, don't let anybody tell you there's only one time frame they use. It doesn't work that way. That's like saying you only eat one food. Like, I only eat bread. You might, but you won't be the healthiest person. You eat some bread, you eat some vegetables, you know, some protein. And that's what your time frames are. Okay, so I'll take another question. Yes, exactly, Tracy. Look at all, but you can work from the, I don't even know if you want to work from the 15, Tracy, because you're doing different things at different times. If you're purely analyzing the charts, you know, you'll be on your high up frames. I personally like the 15 minute, because if I want super confirmation, I may not enter in on the 1 minute. If I'm a bit not too sure, I'll wait for a 5 minute crossover on the moving averages. And if I'm still not sure, then I may wait for the 15 minutes. But with the 15 minute, that means I'm not trying to scalp. I may not necessarily be trying to make a day trade. Maybe I'm trying to get in over a long term. So maybe I'm trying to do a swing trade, and I'd be on the 15 minutes. I love the hourly. All the time frames are meaningful. So yeah. Mac Ross, let's say we have 5 take profit targets from the signal. How do you sell on each target? Like 50, 25, 10, 10, 10. Oh, like 50, 20. What could be best average strategy for newbie? Okay, Mac Ross. So you've been given 5 take profit targets. Okay, if you're new to trading, I would say if you've been given several take profit targets, just like this signal service, okay, 3 take profits, you could decide, because you're new, you're not sure what's going on, take all your profit at the first one. Take all your profit at the first one and get used to seeing profit. And in the first instance, you shouldn't be trading large amounts as a newbie. So you want to trade comfortable amounts, such that if you mess up or do something wrong and you lose everything, it's not the end of the world. That amount is different things to different people. $100 to somebody may be a lot of money. $100 to somebody else may be, you know, affordable. So he's ready to lose his 100. If you're not ready to lose 100, don't trade 100. If you do have $100 available, you shouldn't be trading more than, really, you shouldn't be trading more than 25% of that account. So you shouldn't be trading more than $25 of your 100. Don't have $100, which is an illustration. Don't have $1,000 and trade all the 1,000. Don't do that. Have a percentage, and it's usually a lower percentage, like 20%, 25%. Because you want to always trade what you can afford to lose. So that's what I would suggest. So you could decide to take the first take profit, and you could decide to sell 75% of your holdings, because you just want to see a profit. and you want to increase your confidence. You don't necessarily have to break down your, you don't necessarily have to take your profit at 5 different points just because they gave you 5 different take profit points. So that's really what I'm saying. If you have so much confidence in the trade signals, you could decide not to take any profit at all until the 5th or the last or the greatest take profit. It's up to you. Oh, Tony Best says the OCO is confusing. I totally understand the first stop loss using limit. Can you please explain how to make use of OCO for take profit and stop loss? Thanks. Yeah, I did a whole video on using the OCO order because I know it can be confusing. So here I'd cancel everything, all my orders. And with the OCO, all it does is you're able to take profit, set up your take profit and your stop loss at the same time. That's all it does. So the very first box is the price at which you want to take profits. So I think that first price was something like $34. Like that's the first point at which you want to take profit. And the next 2 boxes are for your stop loss. So the first box is for your take profit. You want to take profit at $34. That's it. But you want to safeguard yourself and set a stop loss at the same time. And you say, stop loss, I'm going to set my stop loss to, I think it was 22. And you want to trigger this at 22.1, which I was trying to do with the other one, but I think it was something to do with the quantities I had set. So with this kind of order, you would, because it's a stop loss, you probably want to get completely out of your trade, right? So you would sell everything, the 100%. And if you look at what it created with my OCO order, I don't know why it didn't give me a confirmation box, by the way. Anyway, if you look at what it set up with the OCO order, it sets up the first value is your take profit. And your take profit, it tells you how much you will make depending on how much you're going to sell of what you hold. The second value here, it says stop loss. And it sets your stop loss. So if price tanks, it's going to sell at the figure you put down in the limit box. And that's what OCO is. Pick up my video on my channel on OCO. I think it's called something like stop loss and OCO orders. And hopefully that should help. Oh, look at that. Caleb just asked the same question Tony asked. Caleb says, for the benefit of the newbies, can you use the signal trade to set up the take profit and stop loss using OCO? Yep, I just did that. And there it is. You just get to do it in one order, and it's possible. So you could set this up on several. You know what I would suggest? Buy small amounts of some cheapy coin and play around with it. Play around with the stop loss and the OCO because, you know, when you have some real money on the market, you want to know what you're doing and you want to be comfortable with what you're doing. So that's what I would suggest. If not, then make sure you have a paper trading account, a demo account where you can actually try these things out. So that's basically how OCO orders would work. It's like a combo. Set your take profit and stop loss in one click. Mona says, will I explain how to do the stop loss at 22? I just did it. Oh, look at that. Geth. So Mona, I would just suggest wait until this video, this live stream gets processed into a video and I will upload it and you can look at the part where I explain setting up the stop loss. It's quite straightforward because you can set a stop loss up all by itself using the stop limit, or you could decide to set up take profit and stop loss at the same time with the OCO. So just to do a stop loss, you have got to think of the concept of what is going on with a stop loss. what's going on is price is coming down. So price is coming down. So it's coming down 30, 29, 28, 27. It's coming down. And you want to sell at 22. So as it's coming down, you're saying, okay, I want to sell at 22. When that thing price comes down to $23, create my stop loss to sell and get me out of this trade at 22. So then you'll set your stop figure to $23 because that's the point at which your order is going to get created. When you create a stop limit order, it's not created, it's queued. Your order is queued to the system, waiting for the stop price that you trigger, that you say the system should trigger at. So at that stop price is the price at which your order gets created. So it's coming down because the point is sometimes price will come down and jump right back up again. And so if price comes down from $30 to $25, you still want to stay in the trade because you believe it's going to come back up. If price comes down from $30 to 23, you're like, you know what, you've come too far down and I just want to get out. So at 23, stop and create and sell at 22. And then set your quantity and make sure your quantities match, which is what was going on the last time. They weren't matching my figures. My quantities were not matching. And it tells you if the last price drops to or below 23 USDT, in order to sell this amount of Atom at a price of 22 will be placed. And when you click that, it creates the order and it tells you it's a stop loss. And it's just sitting there waiting for the stop price. Trailing stop, I haven't got any videos on trailing stops, but I created a video on market orders and limit orders, I think it was. And I was getting ready to create another video, like a follow-up video on the difference between limit orders and trailing stops. I don't know, something happened. I think that's when people on my Telegram group were asking about Pancake Swap and all this stuff, and I created a video on Pancake Swap, and I don't think I have ever gone back to creating one on trailing stops, but I will make a point of doing that. But in the meantime, there are lots and lots of YouTubers out there. Just Google search on trailing stops. You'll get quite a few videos that will show you how to use trailing stops. I hope it's been useful. I hope you've learned something today. And one very important thing I forgot to say. Two things. I want to thank all of you who have subscribed to my channel because I hit 5,000 subscribers over the last, I think, couple of days. So I want to appreciate all of you who've taken time to subscribe to my channel. I hope I'm making it worth your while. And if I am, I would appreciate that you share with your friends and family so I can continue to grow on YouTube. It's important for smaller creators like myself, smaller channels, it's important for us to get as many likes and subscribes as possible because it helps to promote us on YouTube. And with the promotion, obviously our ranking increases, and so which is so critical to growing on YouTube. So thank you, all of you, and don't forget to hit that like button. Look at hitting the like button during a live stream as payment for my time. That's all I ask. Hit that like button, and I will be here same time, same place next week, Saturday. So make sure you tune in. And Mona, next time, can you explain to us airdrops and how to choose the best ICOs? That's a good one. I'll look into it because usually I have my videos queued up, like the videos I'm going to create over the next couple of weeks. And thank you. Well, I wish you all the best. Happy Doging. Hopefully by the end of this live stream, who knows, Doge, those of us who are holding Doge are hoping it'll go to $1. Right now, I'm not really selling Doge. I did sell a little bit, but the bulk of my Doge I'm holding, and it's a bunch of coins doing good stuff, not just Doge. So stay tuned. If you join my Telegram group, what happens there is there are a lot of traders who have their ears to the ground. Like they know when a coin is moving. And when you hear information like that, go do your own research. And you know, it helps you as a new trader. I think it helps you to be part of a community. And so for that reason, I would suggest you join my Telegram group. I pinned that as well. Don't forget to hit that like button, and I'll see you all on the next live stream. Same time, same place, next